Today's episode is presented by Crux Media Group. They specialize in multimedia production. So they did a previous episode for us, and they are doing today's. We're set up out at one of their studio locations. I would highly recommend if you're operating a podcast, they do commercials, videos, any type of multimedia production needs that you may have, to reach out to Crux Media Group. Their contact information is down in the show notes and description for this episode.
Welcome to the Florence Foodies Podcast, a place for the community to gather and share the stories, voices, and experiences that make Florence feel like home. To support this podcast and the Florence Foodies platform as a whole, click the Support This Podcast link found in the description.
Jane and Brittany, y'all have positions at the Florence Center. I imagine they differ a little bit. So just to kind of get set a foundation for this episode, why don't you introduce yourself and kind of give an overview of what you do at the Florence Center?
Okay.
Go first, Jane.
Okay. Well, I'm Jane, and I am a show manager at the Florence Center. And so what I do is any in-house shows that we have, mainly like vendor shows, Jingle Bell Market, we got like the Food Truck Festival. I handle all of those, including the PD Outdoor Classic, which we'll be talking about, which is in July. So that's what my role is. And I've been there for 15 years. So I've done sales, marketing, worked events, done all kinds of things. So it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of interesting people to meet and different things going on. So.
Well, I'm Brittany, and I'm the marketing manager at the Florence Center. And I work really closely with Jane with the shows, but I also do all of our social media, the website, anything that you see out in the community, the billboards and all that stuff for shows and for the Florence Center itself. I do all of that. I also talk with promoters for the shows and get everything situated for what they need. So it's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. I've been there for about 3 years, 1 year working in events, and then 2 years in marketing.
Cool. So I know that the big thing that y'all would like to discuss today is we're promoting the PD Outdoor Classic. This event, we'll put that on the screen too. So why don't we jump right into that first and just let everybody know what's the event, when is the event, what all can they expect, prices, all of that good stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it is July 25th through the 27th at the Florence Center. And of course, that is the weekend, I think, before most schools start back. So it's a great family, kind of little last minute get together to go hang out before school starts back. It'll be a weekend jam-packed of everything outdoors, but indoors, including, not just your typical camping, hunting, fishing. Also, we got all kinds of things like different kinds of clubs and organizations you can get involved in within the areas. There's a lot of like a bicycling group and, a Black River cleanup group, just different kinds of organizations too we're going to have out there.
So how many vendors are going to be out?
So hopefully about 100. We're getting there close, about 70 now. We could use a few more if anybody is looking, if they have some outdoor activities or products that they'd like to showcase, please give me a call. We'd love to have you. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
And did I read correctly that there's going to be a gun and knife exhibit?
So no, not this
I did
year.
not read correctly.
No. We had this show. That's okay. No, we did this show in 2019 and 2020. Yeah. I was not in the show, or part of it. I worked there, but I wasn't handling those shows at that time. And then 2019 and 2020, they both did very well for their newborn years. They each year brought in about 3,500, but it was like right at the end of that show is when they shut down pretty much everything for COVID.
Yeah.
So it's been 5 years. We've been asking the community, if they want it back. They have been highly receptive. And we're like, yes, we'd love for it to come back. So we were finally able to get it on the schedule, and I've been going all crazy since. Just trying to get it ready. I want everybody to come and have a great time and, bring
So-
it back.
It is a popular event. So let me try again. I'm 0 for 1. Let's see if I can get 50%. The PD Outdoor Classics actually evolution, I guess, or a sequel to. It's an extension of what used to be called the PD Deer Classic.
No, no.
Oh, for two?
No. So it's okay. Yeah. So the PD Deer Classic is an event that we had at the Florence Center for years. And Mr. Mike Johnson, he was the promoter of that show. And that show was excellent. Like I said, it was there for years. He did it. He has actually I've been bugging him about this show as well. He's been helping me a little bit because he knows about all this stuff. And, but sort of, his was more geared towards true like hunting, and because he would always have it in August, like right before hunting season. So typical, deer stands, hunting, boating, duck calls, all that kind of stuff. But they did do in 2020, they did add the gun and knife show. So that was through Mike Kent Productions. And I don't think he does the gun and knife show himself anymore. I think he sold it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if you need to cut that out or not. So we don't have a gun and knife show. However, we will have vendors there that will have, they have licenses to sell guns and whatnot.
Well, let me clarify then all these messes I've made, and then Brittany will let you, because I know you've got a lot to say on this as well. So, no gun and knife show, and this is not an extension of the PD Deer Classic, right? Just setting the record straight. That was all on me, 100%, and now the record is straight.
It's all good. Hey, you know what? There will be gun and knives there. How about that?
There will.
That makes
There
it
will
more
be.
exciting, I guess. I mean, guns
A
and
lot of other things too. ATVs,
Yeah.
golf carts.
The peanut patch is also going to be there.
Yeah.
They're going to have their big trailer and what's their name?
Okay, so the Boiling Brothers.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of them? Brent and Bart. So they are like so the Peanut Patch is part of McCall Farms, and they are one of our partners this year. And so the Peanut Patch has like a peanut shed. They call it the shack or peanut shack shed thing, and he'll come in. And so Brent and Bart, they're called the Boiling Brothers, boiling like bull peanuts, Boiling Brothers. But they actually sing and whatnot. They actually performed at the Country
Country
at
Music
Myrtle.
Festival.
Thank you, Country Music Festival in Myrtle Beach, and they've been doing kind of a lot. But they're kind of like their spokesperson, so to speak. But both of them have great personalities. Very excited to have them there because they're gonna be fun just themselves. But they'll be giving out samples of all, peanuts. They got all kinds of different flavors now with the peanut patch. Yeah, so they'll be giving those out.
Real excited to have them.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
you'd say, I mean, this is definitely, you kind of alluded to it, but definitely a good event for taking the kids, so family friendly, something to get out in.
Yep, we also have Chase's Racing Pigs, which is sponsored by the Darlington Raceway. That's going to be something really fun, especially for the kids to come watch these pigs race.
How's that work?
Jane?
Well, so they're miniature potbelly pigs, which I didn't realize that there was two different potbelly pigs, but there are. And the lady that does it, Chase's Racing Pig, she is just lovely, and you can tell that she loves her babies, and she's got this whole track set up. They race on land and in water, and so it's like 4 of them, and she's got like little doors, and she'll honk the horn or whatever, and the gates will open, and they'll come trotting out. And she's like, and she makes plays off of their names, like different.
Yeah.
She calls them cute little names and whatnot. And we're gonna make some play off of maybe some NASCAR driver names or something for
Nice.
some of the pigs. But yeah, it being sponsored by the Darlington Raceway, we were like, that have to be really cute. And we'll have to call it the trough too tough to tame or something. And, maybe call one of the little pigs, Lady in Black or something, something fun like that. But There'll be like, I think 2 shows Friday, 3 Saturday, 2 Sunday. So it'll definitely be something not to miss.
So how many races are there? Say that one more time.
There's 2 Friday, 3 Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Okay,
2,
cool. So
3,
you got a
2.
lot of
Yep.
opportunities to catch.
Yes, yes.
I might have to
and
come to see if a little Chase Elliott pig. can pick
please
up with
come
them.
and check
Oh,
it
they're
out.
just so cute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do barbecue pit right beside it. I'm
Just
teasing. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was probably not. I'm kidding. No, we're not. I mean,
That's rough.
so yeah. And then we're gonna take side bets, and then whoever loses actually wins.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think that went over the head.
No
Maybe we should
pigs
cut
were
that
harmed.
out. No pigs were harmed. I'm sorry, bad joke. But no, it'll be a lot of fun. Like I said, for the family, you know, and there'll be other things as far as for kids. We've got Mill Creek Retrievers, also one of our partners. They're going to be there, and they train retrievers to retrieve. Thing. So he's going to do some little demos while he's there to show how he trains them. He's going to have puppies there.
And we're so
I
excited
know.
about these puppies.
I'm worried I may not even be around for the event, and I'll just be hanging
You won't
out
find
with the
us
puppies and the
working.
pigs.
Yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out with the dogs.
So that'll be fun, and he'll do a couple of little demonstrations each day as well. And of course, once the schedule is all worked out, we'll have it posted on like our website and whatnot, so that people can see what time. We'll have other speakers and presenters, you know, talking about different things within the area, outside of the area. You know, I really wanted, because it's been 5 years, so we have had this show, kind of treating it as a new show. Technically it isn't, but I kind of wanted to, obviously everybody is welcome, but I really wanted to focus on the PD area businesses, simply because since I've been working on this, I have learned so much about the PD area, not just Florence, where I'm from, you know, or Darlington, or, you know, Marlboro County, but like Williamsburg and Lee County, and just, I really wanted to put a lot of emphasis on the PD area and what it has to offer. My goal is for people to not only come, shop, have fun, but to leave learning something. I mean, like, hey, you know what? This is really cool. We go to Bishopville next weekend, or one day go to the go to more farms, or go, you know. So PD tourism, Miss Ashley Blay is going to helping. So she's going to be there, and she's got all the information you need about anything you can do in any county in the PD area. So hopefully have some other PD area kind of community within their community, that they do things to kind of help with outdoor things or any outdoor activities they want people to know about. So, you know, just a lot for to just kind of showcase our area, because we're PD proud, right? And I want everybody else to do like that.
I love that. So, and I'm even thinking as you're saying it, but as a local realtor, this is what, and not just that, but there's a community person also. So 2 separate categories, same idea. A lot of times we hear Florence people say there's nothing to do. A lot of people say that a lot of times. And then for people that are coming to the area that aren't from here, different vantage point, but it's the same idea. And that's something I would encourage my clients to go to, because there is a lot to offer in the PD as a whole outside of Florence, and you just kind of got to be exposed to it. So I love that. That's fantastic.
And there's stuff that we've been looking up, and it's like, wow, we didn't even know that's right down the street. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the main goal, was that. You want to tell them about the chainsaw guy we got coming?
So we have a chainsaw artist who's coming. He'll be there Friday and Saturday, and I believe he's also going to come Sunday. So he's going to be doing some demonstrations with the wood and making sculptures and stuff that we as a Florence Center get to keep, but I do believe we're going to be raffling them off. But there is one, he's making a custom one for the ice cats. So we're real excited about that. yeah, we're going to keep that one for sure and have it at the building.
Big, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think he does all different sizes, so like large, medium, and then smaller ones for shorter amounts of time. But they're some of his work is colored, so he might be doing some of that too. So it's super cool. We're really excited to announce that once we get all the T's and I's, everything crossed. Then we're going to announce him. But I wanted to talk about that today because I'm so excited he's coming.
Chainsaw artist.
I know. Wow. I wish he could do the ice sculpture or something like that. Because that would be fun.
Yeah.
Not in the 100-degree weather.
No. Well, that's what I'm thinking. We could go by if you're hot, you walk by, just be like, lay on it for a second.
Well, there is air conditioning in the Florence
There
Center.
is.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about the Florence Center.
Yep.
So there will be some things. Obviously, the pig race will be outside, and the demos, the chainsaw. But these are activities that will only last 30 minutes at the most. We don't, we know it's hot in July. We don't want anybody, getting heat stroke or anything. So everything else will be indoors except for those little things that are outdoors. And they're right out by the entrance.
Yeah.
So
The
it's
good
not
thing
like
about
you gotta
the
walk.
setup of the show is the door to the inside is like a couple steps away.
Yeah.
So you don't have to stride long distances to get back inside.
So what about ticketing? Is it can you purchase as individual days and
They're all individual days. Yeah. They're individual day tickets. You can purchase them online and then at the day of the show.
okay, so we'll provide a link down in the description if you want to purchase tickets, but if they want to go, I guess you could go to the box office
The day of the show.
The day of. Yeah.
day of.
Yep.
Okay.
And 12 and under is free. So
Yep.
tickets are $10, and then 12
the
and
door.
under is free.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we've got some other things planned out, for kids specifically as well, because, I know from the past, from being there with the Deer Classic, kids that age and under, they like to come. And so, like I said, I kind of wanted it to be family oriented too, so that the kids and family, everybody can come and have a little something for everybody, even the ladies. So there'll be a little bit of stuff for y'all too to look at. So I know this is the majority. I think about 82% of the people who come, I think the last time we had it was male. So, and that's okay. No, but the ladies are welcome. We'd love to have y'all there too, because we'll have a few things y'all might like. And like I said, for the kids, we've got some stuff going on there too.
Yeah, well, I mean, for somebody that has a bunch of kids, that's a big draw.
Yeah.
Get them out the house and do something to
Especially
enjoy.
if they're under, 12 and under. So then, you
got
you
four
got
of them.
4 of them. So
Yeah.
that's perfect for y'all. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We also have Black Creek Wildlife coming. So they are pretty much a staple around here. They go to a lot of schools and do presentations. Of course, you can always go out to their facility in Bishopville, and they do all kinds. They have all kinds of activities. You can even have birthday parties out there, which I think I might have mine out there next time. I want to go see the animals. But I'm excited they're going to be there as well. So they'll have their own area, Tyler, and they'll do little presentations, bring out some animals for, us to look at and talk to. So, yeah, I'll talk to the animals. But, so that'll be fun too. That's another thing that the kids and families should enjoy.
Sure.
And then, so all of this would not be possible without our community help, our partners and sponsors that have been working with us and graciously helped us so that we are able to provide some entertainment and fun activities and whatnot for everybody. So I got us just real quick, I'm gonna do this fast. We got, of course, McCall Farms with the peanut patch. We've got King Cadillac. Got to give a big shout out to them. King Cadillac Buick GMC, Mill Creek Retrievers, RPM Performance, which is Real Performance Motorsports. And then we have Martin Buildings, Brown's RV, ABW conversions and golf carts. Of course, the Darlington Raceway, and then Maury's Sportsman's Preserve. And then the PD Rod and Gun magazine, as well as our building sponsors, Rawdex, Pepsi, and Palmetto Mining. So it would not be possible without these guys' help to, bring a show for everyone to enjoy. So we really appreciate them.
Yeah, sponsorships huge. And shout out to Jody Martin with Martin Buildings. That's free, Jody. Great buildings.
That's funny. I'll see him when I leave here, so I have to tell him to make sure to watch.
Free publicity.
There you go. That's nice of you.
That's great. We got a really strong unit of local businesses that are really helpful when it comes to sponsorships, and so really love that aspect of our community, and also really love the Florence Center just in general. And thinking through doing this episode and sit down with y'all, just thinking about the history of the Florence Center. Used to be known as the Civic Center. Was opened in 1993.
Yep.
And I have fond memories, just me personally, just a little trip down memory lane. I actually saw The Undertaker and Yokozuna in a casket match at the Civic Center, which may sound like not much to people in, our age groups now, but as an 8 or 9-year-old kid, that was a heck of a time. I got to tell you, that was one heck of a memory. And then, of course, the PD Pride, the going to the hockey games a little bit later down the road, but those are really fun memories. And I know we've got a team coming up. I want to talk about a little bit of that too. But just to keep it back there for a minute, and then I know you had a couple of things to share about the history of the Florence Center and all that. But I was looking at this photo, just thinking through this, whenever they first erected the building, and it's an aerial shot. It should be up right now, and there's nothing there. Like there's no Home Depot, there's no hotels, there's nothing. It's just the Florence Center, whatever. I know what it is now, but I don't know what was across the street. I don't know what that facility was before in the early 90s. It's GE now, but I don't know. Was it still GE then?
Oh, I don't know.
I was a child. I don't know. I was like 7. So I don't know what it was. But anyways, that's the only thing there, and it's just so wild. And
You look at it now.
I know it's crazy.
Different.
But it brings back these fond memories of the 90s, and I miss the 90s. I was listening to a 90s playlist on the way over here. I was listening to Jewel when I pulled up.
Were you? Who will save your soul?
That's what I was listening to. That's right. Somebody's going to judge me for that, but I don't care. That was it.
Hey, I love it.
Play it when I leave. The whole playlist, not just the Jewel song. But I do miss the 90s. What else? Well, not so much you, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I'm asking her all the time.
What do you miss from the 90s the most?
The music, because I feel like there was so much good music because you had, of course, alternative was the big thing, but everything was better. That's when gangster rap was coming out,
90s
and
R&B
90s R&B, yes, all of it. All the music.
Maybe
and
not classic rock. That's the only genre that I think was probably better in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
Because it's not classic. Well, I guess it would be now. Anyway.
It is. You know that, right? If you listen to a classic rock station, you're going to hear Oasis.
That's so weird. I miss 90s Wendy's for whatever that's worth.
90s Wendy's?
Yeah.
The
Wendy's, yeah.
Why?
Everything about it.
90s Wendy's.
The fries, the yellow.
The fries were different.
They had sunrooms.
I can't remember. I can't say I remember Wendy's.
I tell my kids all the time, I say the 90s was the peak of human civilization. If I've said this on the podcast before and you've heard, I'm sorry. I sound like the old guy in his recliner, maybe to some people. I don't know if I've said this or not, but I say it to them a lot. And they like to eat fast food, of course. And I'm like, you guys have no idea how much of a decline this product is compared to what we had when I was your age.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for them. But then again, they don't know what they're missing. My son, he's smart enough to think that. He told me that. He's like, yeah, but I don't have that point of reference.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
That's true.
I know it's tragic, but he doesn't know. So
Yeah.
Fast food was definitely way different.
it was.
You could eat it and
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
not be like, oh,
Yeah, I feel guilty about yes,
I'm
I
hating
know.
this.
Yeah.
Other than Chick-fil-A, they seem to be holding on. But
Oh,
anyways,
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
looking at that picture is really kind of mind-boggling that there's the Florence Center, there's GE, and there's nothing else. The
Baton
movie theater
Rouge,
wasn't there.
yep.
Depot, none of the hotels.
None of them. And
Crazy.
it's honestly fortunately, the Florence Center has been blessed with having a lot of conventions and like religious conferences and other conferences that come in, and that was what drove the economic impact that they brought in from needing hotels, and so all of those hotels around there, helps us, but we help I don't want to say the Florence Center just helped it, but it did help grow that hotel industry over there. So, and then now any big conferences we have, I mean they're booked, the hotels right there, and people love it that it's right across the street and they can walk just right across the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you have a wedding or something. It's just like a great location. You don't have to drive or anything. You just come down and
Yeah.
Perfect location, right off I-95 and I-20.
There's plenty of places to eat around, and you can learn some more things about Florence while you're there. We got the CVB, the Visitors Bureau, right up top from our building. Well, in our building, but upstairs, and you can go in there and learn things about Florence County and whatnot. So,
and then downtown's just 8 minutes.
Yeah.
An 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I heard one of you saying, did I hear you say that Reba McEntire opened the Florence Center?
she was the first. Yep. Yes.
I did not know
In
that.
'93, she she opened it, opening night.
I'm checking what
Time ago.
we're next.
I wasn't even born yet.
Oh gosh, now I really feel old. Thanks a lot, Britt.
Yeah, I was pretty little myself. But I do remember the casket match with the Undertaker and Yokozuna. That was pretty awesome.
I still don't know what that is. What
So
you
I've
mean
watched
by that?
WWF.
Oh,
So the WWF used to come through, I mean, probably about once a year. I think the last time, it's been a while since I've seen that they've come.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What would it
so
take
it's
to get them?
WWF and WWE.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but back then it was the WWF. Now it's the WWE.
Yep.
They got
Changed.
sued by the World Wildlife Federation, if I'm correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had to change their name.
That's funny.
I've
Okay.
watched the WWE since we were very, very little.
Yeah.
My dad is like
So-
huge into that.
So real quick, so what? Go off on a tangent here, but obviously when I was a kid, I was a big fan, and then I quit watching it, and then I started watching boxing because my grandma told me it was fake, and I remember arguing with her like it's not fake, like I'm watching it, he just hit him. So I started watching, and I'm still a boxing fan, but as I got older, it kind of comes full circle, and I had a great respect for what they do because it is entertainment. That's why they changed the name to that. So it's like soap operas for adults. With violence, and but I mean the athleticism of these guys and gals is tremendous, and I took the kids to a show up in Columbia because they don't come to Florence anymore. We need to get them back to Florence.
Yeah,
That could be a big draw.
Our GM's been working at this.
I'm gonna ask you about Rex here on the back end, but just real quick, either way, I took them up to Columbia a couple years ago, and there's something fun to do with the boys. I thought maybe, but I watched this guy. We were sitting maybe 100 feet away from the ring, and I watched this dude get kicked in the nose and get his nose broken. I told my son, I said, he just got his nose broken.
Yep.
So he tagged his partner and went out, and sure enough, he asked the guy for a rag, and it was
Yep.
soaked in blood. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, this is scripted, but this is still
But
pretty
they
tough.
do really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like doing your own stunts in a movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're like Tom
It's like
Cruise.
they're all Tom Cruise.
Yep.
They
Beating each
are.
other up.
Yep.
I mean, they do.
So it is impressive, yeah.
My big thing, and this is really telling my age, was when they had the Rock and Roll Express, and it was a tag team. You've heard of them. Yeah, they had
think that
like
was
the
right
Rock and
before
Roll
my time.
Express, and then
Never
there was
heard of
like
that.
another group that was like their arch nemesis. I can't think of their names, but Ricky and Bobby. No, Ricky Bobby, that's right. No, I think it was Ricky and Bobby. That was their names. That's probably where Ricky Bobby's name came from. They were a tag team wrestler.
I think that's the 80s. I think that's right.
That was in the 80s.
I picked up right in the early 90s, which hence the opening of the
I
Florence
was like
Center.
in
Yeah.
grade school, but I remember writing "I heart Ricky and Robbie" on my paper when I was in school. I do.
That's the draw. That's what it is. Entertainment. It works. They make a lot of money. It's a big industry.
Yeah, they do for sure.
So then the other thing too that and we've talked about this a lot on this channel before the news broke. I didn't even know that we were getting a hockey team, and kind of stumbled into that news myself. But the PD Pride was a big draw for a while, and then obviously it worked out the way that it did. But now we've got this new hockey team coming, the Ice Cats. So what's the energy in the building like as far as the excitement about October? I think is the first game.
October 10th. Very excited. We're all ready. We're getting ready. We have the general manager, Scott. He has an office in the building. There's also Phil. I think he does some of their sales. So they're permanently in the building. We've been working with them for the last couple of months. They're super great to work with. Everybody's super excited. The dasher boards are actually supposed to arrive today. So hopefully they haven't got there yet, so I can go and take some pictures or whatever. But everybody's super excited. We're getting ready, making sure the arena's prepped, making sure they got everything. So it's crazy, but we are super excited for it.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's not even too long from now. I mean, the way these months have been going, anyway, it's going to be October before we know it.
Yeah, and it's just going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
We're talking, I know the promotional nights or theme nights are going to be released soon. They've been working on that. I saw a rough draft of those, so that's super exciting.
Fun
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, it really is exciting. I hope that the community, and you talked about the PD, not just Florence, but Darlington and Marion, people will come and really support that, because I think we hopefully learned from the first go around that maybe we didn't steward what we had with the ECHL team, the PD Pride team, and then a lot of people missed it when it was gone. We've got an opportunity to really get behind this, so I hope that the people show up and it becomes part of our community identity.
I think they will, because we've the overall consensus, like online and just anywhere, has been nothing but positive. I mean, you got like maybe one or two naysayers, but
Those one or two
the
always out there.
majority, I mean, like 99%, like 99.8% is very excited. They're very excited. So, just another fun family event that will be affordable and entertaining, and maybe scary for some kids. But what I'm excited about though is bringing the youth hockey league here, doing a youth hockey, which they are all about as well. So once they get started, they're going to start a youth program.
Yeah, I remember them talking about that at the press conference. Yeah, I was there, and that's really a good point. That opens up, since you're going to have all the resources in there, the boards and all of that, to have a hockey team, then that could open up opportunities to bring in more revenue and do more events. So.
We also will have, we're going to, I think Coastal Carolina, we're working with them for their hockey teams. For them, they've been having to go to Charleston to practice. I know. That's what we didn't either.
Or a hockey club,
Or
something like that.
But they have to go to Charleston to practice. So now I think they're going to start coming here. I don't know if they're going to maybe host games with us, maybe like home games.
I know Rex has been working on it.
Yeah,
so
trying to
we haven't
help
heard
them
an update
out.
yet.
But, I can't imagine having to drive to Charleston from the beach for hockey practice all the time. So it would be,
We're hoping that it comes through.
Well, we want to help them out if we can, definitely.
So talking about Rex, I guess Rex started he's been there about 2 years.
Yep.
Has it been 2 years
Yep,
already?
because I've been in this position for 2 years. So it's, I think he'll be there August or September. It will be his second year.
So I'm 1 for 3. I got one right at least. So he's been there about 2 years. So what's kind of been, would y'all say from your vantage point, his impact, and especially you kind of being there even longer before, and then his vision for the Florence Center moving forward?
I think that he's done such a great job so far in his 2 years. We of course, he worked on getting the hockey team for, I think he said like 6 or 7 months. He was like, he wanted that in the building. He's brought us some great shows. We have some great things that are sitting on the calendar we haven't confirmed yet, but he's working real hard to get us some stuff coming up in the fall. And in the beginning of next year, from I think it's August through April, we are slammed. We just haven't announced it yet, but it's just super exciting, and it's really great to see what he's done for our building. We also have a brand new assistant general manager, Vince. He's also been super great to work with. I think they've just really turned the building around. So it's been great working with both of them, and especially with Rex.
Well, it's nice to have different perspectives and different, like, fresh ideas, because they're not from this area. Now, Vince, I think, grew up in Georgia, so he is familiar with the southeast, way of life. But Rex is not. He is. I don't know where he's from originally, but he came to us from Vegas, and so he's got a different approach, which is good because the difference is good,
for that job.
So of course I'm sure him getting used to the slow Southern way of life.
It's just nice to have fresh eyes, fresh opinions, fresh ideas. Something different. So it's been really great.
Well, I mean, a thriving Florence Center that's a draw is huge for the community on so many levels, just as a citizen, but let alone economically. But just having a lot of really good events. I mean, it's a great venue, so it would be a shame for it not to be popping and full of people doing something every weekend. So,
and starting in July, we do have some renovations we're starting. I don't want to say too much, but
I was about to ask you what you're talking about.
we'll have some renovations starting in July, but I think everything should be finished before the first game.
I don't know, maybe he should invite us back. Maybe we could tell him then.
Do that. We can probably work that out.
Keep checking our social. I'll
Maybe we
post
can
it.
get a little Ice Patch merchandise.
Maybe.
I'll talk to Scott when I get back.
Hey, so I wanted to ask a question that I thought about with this for you guys. I don't know what you can or can't say, maybe possibly, but what is like the hardest events to plan and manage at the Florence Center, or just at any place, like any arena like that? But
So I gotta say, like the in-house events, because we do all the stuff. So it's not like a concert. We have a promoter that brings it in, and they have their own team, and they have their own stuff. So they do everything, and we have to, use their stuff and use, it's very specific.
We're just helping in that aspect. For this, it's all on us.
It's like, yes, we get all the vendor, we do all the marketing, we do all the advertising, we do all the, everything for it. So our whole staff, food and beverage, operations, events, ticketing, box office, everybody is involved. And, and like I said, it's these are community shows. These are not these aren't big events for us to make lots of money on. That's not the goal. It's really to bring the community together, offer, we've had the Jingle Bell Market. This will be 8 years this year?
I think so.
8 years now. So, and that's still going. And everybody expects it every year. And, they look forward to it. They look forward to some vendors that have been there since day one, since the first year, and they're still coming back. So I'm hoping that, the PD Outdoor Classic, which I'm not hoping, I know it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and, we're going to be back next year.
I think there's a lot of anticipation for it.
I think
there was a lot of people that were enjoying that, and then there was the pause. And so now with it kind of coming back or being new, either way. But I think there are a lot of people that are excited about it. So
I hope so. And of course, we're adding more and more stuff to our Facebook and our website. You can always go on FlorenceCenter.com and check it out to see if we've added more stuff. Because, you know, as it's getting closer and things are finalized more, we'll start posting more like, you know, entertainment schedules, speaker schedules. You know, well, Brittany is awesome, by the way. I just gotta say that. She really is. You know, she gives shout outs to the vendors that'll be there, just so that our, you know, patrons will know what kind of vendors will be there. So it'll be a good time. It will.
Y'all are active on social media too, and I would imagine
Very.
you have a lot of responsibility for that. So
Yes.
definitely you can follow the Florence Center on Instagram, Facebook, and that's a good way to stay up to date with everything that's going on too.
Absolutely. Yep. Most of the time it hits social media before anywhere else.
Yeah,
So we'll always keep that up to date.
that's the way it goes. So we've got a segment called the Florence Foodie's Favorite Florence Food Item. And this segment is presented by Drayton Realty Group. And so if you watch the show, you know I've got to ask you, and both of y'all are local. So I'll start here. We started with you the last time. We'll start here this time. We'll start with you. So Brittany, what is your favorite Florence food item when you go out to eat anywhere in Florence County?
Okay, so I have two.
That will be perfectly fine.
Okay. So the first one is the Athenian chicken at Starfire. It's a chicken kebab, the rice pilaf, and then a salad, and then pita bread and tzatziki sauce. Their tzatziki sauce is probably one of the best I've ever had. And then the Cali bowl at King Hefe is delicious. Their queso, top tier.
Both really good answers.
Were you ready for me? Well, you know what? It must be a Starfire day because that is my favorite altogether. The bistro salad. It's one of those frou-frou salads, fruity, you know, kind of. It's got chicken and a raspberry vinaigrette, and you know the candied pecans and the what else? Like fried goat cheese medallion, and like mandarin oranges, and it's so good. It's so good. I want one now.
Well, you can probably go get one. It's almost
You know, and I'm not gonna lie, East Coast Wings and Grill, I've been really enjoying their burgers and their sweet potato waffle fries that they have.
had their burgers.
You haven't? They've got good burgers, and their wings are pretty good too. You have to
I've
try
had the
'em.
wings.
Did you like them?
I did, yeah.
There was one flavor, I can't remember which one, that I thought was really good. It was something different I had never tried before. I'm a hot yaki type girl. So I think they had something that was different. It was really good today.
Yeah. So Starfire is definitely a classic. I had a buddy of mine call me week before last and was like, the gyro at Starfire is like the best I've had. And he's military. He's traveled all over the place. That was a big statement for him. And I was like, yeah, you didn't know that? I mean, Starfire is a staple.
Just delicious. And when they had to close for a while, I was
Yes,
very
I know.
upset.
I'm like, I need frosted
Yeah.
cornbread.
Especially during the fall, their chili.
I forgot about that.
You can't find a good chili that doesn't have beans in it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well,
love that.
chili should have beans in it, though.
No,
Yeah, I know.
I don't agree.
why. Yeah, that's all right. I understand. All right, so I appreciate y'all taking the time to sit down and let's do this episode. And also want to say that I appreciate Crux Media for putting this together, for filming and editing today's episode. And so what we'll have down in the description is their contact information and also the Florence Center's website. But also for tickets, you can buy tickets for the PD Outdoor Classic ahead of time, or you can go out the day of and buy tickets in person when you show up. And so that event is July 25th through the 27th. So make sure that you go check that out anywhere in the county or in the PD surrounding counties that you may be.
Great time for families to come spend one more time
It is one more
together.
outing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to go to the beach and then have to come home and clean up a bunch of stuff? Then that would make me mad. If I went to the beach the weekend before school.
So y'all need to get out, check out the Outdoor Classic. It's a big event. It's a really big event. And a lot of people are looking forward to it. And you go check it out, and you may find yourself next year looking forward to it also. So I do want to tell y'all again, I appreciate y'all joining the Florence Foodies podcast. And as always, we appreciate y'all's viewership, and God willing, we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Alrighty.